Where have you been?
Where I've been, so many. Where I haven't been. That's a question.
Your number count of the countries.
I didn't count. To be honest, I didn't count.
Meet Palle Bo, a full-time traveler and digital nomad from Denmark on an epic journey around the world. This is the Radio Vagabond.
We continue the Nomad Cruise from Spain to Greece. I'm still traveling with almost 250 other nomads from 42 countries. And in this one, you'll get to meet a few more of them. My name is Palle Bo, and this is the Radio Vagabond podcast. Okay, now it's Saturday, and I am back on land. We're in Crete, and this is the day I've been looking forward to most of all, because we were supposed to be going scuba diving, but it's been cancelled because of too much wind and too much high seas. That's very disappointing. Exactly the same thing happened when I was in the Bahamas. The last time I was supposed to go diving, I couldn't do it because of high winds and too many waves. You can say it's not that big a problem when you're in the water, but the problem is to get back on the boat, and that can be difficult, if not impossible, if the boat is moving too much and dangerous, of course. So scuba diving is off, and I'm quite disappointed. I was really looking forward to this. But Crete is a nice island, and instead we're a group that are trying to get some scooters and drive around and have a look at the island. So that's going to be fun too, but I cannot hide that I am quite disappointed of the scuba diving being cancelled. Road trip! Okay, we decided that we didn't want to get scooters, so instead we have a car. We rented a car, and how many people are we here? Five people, and
very special.
And I'm the drivers, and I need to change gears. So Roseanne, could you do an interview with the people back there?
Absolutely. Hello, kids at home. We're here at the car. We have a just for reference. We have a what is it? A Ford Transit?
No,
yeah.
It's a Hyundai.
Hyundai. Okay, Hyundai. Seven-seater, I'd guess from the 90s almost, you know. It's not the newest car. And we're driving towards and a very good driver. Yes, thank you. And we're going towards a beach. Okay, so where are you from, Aurimas?
I'm from Lithuania.
Lithuania?
Yeah.
And
in Europe.
Is it in Europe?
That's a country. We have Wi-Fi, one of the fastest Wi-Fi's in Europe.
How fast?
Yeah, it's one of the 4 fastest in the world, after South Korea.
Give me numbers.
That's a tricky question. I need to go through my.
So it might not be true, guys, and it might also be true that it's very common to tell lies in Lithuania, but we don't know yet. We'll find out later throughout the ride.
I'll send you the
Torsten?
Yes.
Torsten, you are from?
I am from Germany, and we have the famous Autobahn, where we can drive as fast as we want to. Sometimes, at least.
Do you do that?
I do that, definitely.
How fast is fast?
How fast is fast? Let's say 250 kilometers. Yeah.
How does he feel driving not the German car?
What? Say it again.
How do you feel being not in a German car?
Totally cool, because I'm in Greece here.
Yeah, we calmed him down a little bit, but now he's fine.
There was no Porsche available. No 7-seater Porsche.
So the next person I'm going to ask is Tiana. Tiana, where are you from?
I'm from Serbia, which is also in Europe geographically.
Geographically? Mindset-wise, where is it?
I'm not sure. I left many years ago. But actually now I'm quite close to my home country. I'm in Greece. It's just one country away from Serbia.
It's a perfect location, really. So, Palle, what else do you want to talk about with us?
Well, you're the interviewer, so yeah. No, where are we going today? Because we're in Crete, and we're going to some kind of beach.
Okay, I forgot where we're going. So,
I don't have it.
So we decided to go to this Palasarno place because apparently it's a nice beach. We are on an island, so this is what we do when we are on an island. Yes.
Okay. Yes. And so, right. So as a
place we're going to, which is the exciting point, but the people we're driving there and the journey we take.
Right. So we wanted to go scuba diving. You already said this to the audience, right, pal? Yeah.
You can repeat.
All right. So we wanted to go scuba diving, but that didn't work out. So we came up with a new plan on the spot. And
Rent a car or three.
rent a car. The original idea was to get a limousine without a roof, a convertible with some hookers, and they did not have that available today. So we decided to go for a family car instead.
It was too early for them. Usually they start their shift in the afternoon or late afternoon.
Yes.
That would start later, and by coincidence, we bumped into a few other people who were also on the cruise, and one of them is driving in front of him. In front of us is the other car. Also, two cars are driving in front of us. So we're a little bit of a nomad convoy heading to the same spot. Let's see what happens.
15 people. And now you just wrap it up and say we'll be back.
Right after the commercials, we'll be back with some other news about the Nomad Convoy. Will we make it? Will we eat? Maybe we'll lose each other. Then what? Yeah, you just gotta listen to the next piece.
This episode is brought to you in part by Hotels25.com. Whenever you need a hotel anywhere in the world, go to Hotels25.com. That would get you the best price. Hotels25.com searches a bunch of the biggest hotel sites in one simple search. Hotels25.com.
This is the Radio Vagabond Podcast.
So I'm here with Ryan in English.
Yeah, Ryan is more easy for
And you're a full-time traveler?
full-time traveler. Yeah, for 8 years now.
Yeah, 8 years. Oh my God, where have you been?
Where I've been, so many. Where I haven't been. That's a question.
Your number count of the countries?
I didn't count. To be honest, I didn't count. I've been to I started to travel in India. It was my first trip. I lived there for 7 months. It was really amazing. And then a bit everywhere in Asia, a bit in Europe. I lived in South America as well. And at the moment, I'm based in Berlin.
Yeah, and you do a blog?
Exactly. I'm running a travel blog for all that time, for 8 years now.
What's the name of the blog?
lesacado.com.
Le Sac à Dos, and it's only in French.
It's only in French. Yeah,
you need to speak French in order.
Well, if you follow me on Instagram, it's in English.
Okay.
And my name on Instagram is Le French Nomad.
The French Nomad.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
It's really.
What brought you here?
Well, when you travel for so long and when you are like a digital nomad, the only downside of this is that you're really isolated. So this kind of event helped me to connect with some other travelers or digital nomad.
Yeah.
So for me it was more about net linking. I'm here.
Yeah. So where are you going next?
Where I'm going next, I have no clue where I'm going next. I have a blog trip planned for business in China in June, but this is the only thing that I planned for the next month. Yeah.
How do you make money?
There is not. The thing is that when you live this kind of lifestyle, there is not only one way to make money. It's one way plus one way plus one way plus one. All this together make your life sustainable and everything. Yeah. So of course there is my blog. I'm making money with my blog. I'm making money with selling digital goods like ebooks or courses. I have like iPhone app also that I'm selling on the Apple Store. And all that is the way I make money. Yeah.
So a bit of different passive income.
Passive income. So like I'm selling 3 ebooks about how to prepare for a world tour. Another one about how to build your own van. I wrote this one with a really good friend of mine. Another passive income, some courses that teach people how to create a blog and how to live from it. And another one is like the iPhone app. Like I told you, I've developed sometimes iPhone apps around for travelers, and yeah.
Well, tell me a bit more about the iPhone app.
The iPhone app. So the name is Budgie, Budji, and it helps you to manage your budget while you travel. So let's say like you have like 1,000 euro for your trip in Thailand, and you want to track your expense. So you use this app. But which is good with this app is that you know as well how much the other travelers are spending in the country, the average. So you know if you're spending more or less than the other travelers.
Yeah.
And now I'm working on like some new features, like let's say you have 10 euros left, you don't know where to sleep, you're in Bangkok. The apps tell you where you can sleep in Bangkok for less than 10 euros.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so...
Is that international?
Yeah, it's international, so Danish friends can...
Danish as well?
Yeah, Danish friends as well, yeah.
Awesome. I need to use that.
If you speak French, you can follow Ryan on lesecado.com and in English on Le French Nomad on Instagram. I put the links to this in the show notes. Here's another letter from a listener. This one comes from Wales. Hi, Pelle. I came across you on Jason's podcast. I also did graphic design in my native Wales. Always loved radio, but never thought of it as a career. I'm not hinting or anything. Been traveling 20 years, but only managed 52 countries. What am I doing wrong? Anyways, we'll look forward to hearing some of your podcasts here in lockdown. Best, Kelvin Hayes. Come on, Kelvin. 52 countries? That's not bad. And besides, it's about the adventures, not about the country count. I'd like to say that I'm not counting, like Ryan did just before, but I am, and my number is 90 right now. So I've got a long way to the 193. Jason's podcast that Kelvin mentioned is Zero to Travel. His name is Jason Moore, and I was a guest there around 6 months ago. Here I mentioned my background as a graphic designer before going full-time into radio. And yes, Kelvin, it is a career. With my production company that I started in 2007, I produce radio, sound design, voiceovers, and podcasts. And that's something I'm able to do remotely. In fact, I just produced 3 soundtracks for the Lego Group for their new adult product, Lego Art. Here we dove into the world of Star Wars, Andy Warhol, and the Marvel Universe. You can listen to those on lego.com/art.
Have you ever wondered where that swooshing lightsaber sound came from? Or how you'd start creating the next iconic supervillain after Darth Vader? And why is it the evil Sith Lords are just as popular as the good guys in the Star Wars universe?
I'll show you the dark side.
Yes. Join us on a trip to the dark side, where we'll go behind the scenes of the world's most popular space adventure. You'll hear from the guys who were there, making it happen.
I think for Darth Maul, I had tried to out-helmet Darth Vader for about a year, and nearly had a nervous breakdown.
And so when you put all those things together to create one of the most visually striking villains of all time.
But then when he put the helmet on, you're really transported back to being 8 years old.
The character of Kylo Ren is so obsessed with his grandfather, Darth Vader, and so I wanted that to be like kind of influencing Adam's performance.
I tried to draw my worst nightmare for George, a vision of my worst nightmare, and he said, "Give me your second worst nightmare."
You'll also hear from these two. The soundtrack is created as a companion to the Star Wars The Sith set from Lego Art, a completely new Lego building experience that lets you recreate a portrait of your favorite Star Wars villain. May the Force be with you.
We ended up having a great day in Crete, and we were driving in these 3 cars and stopped at different places along the beach for coffee and for lunch. When we had lunch, we were 3 groups, and we were talking and having fun, and at the end we got some ouzo, as you're supposed to do when you're in Greece. Right now, we are again at a Greek port. This is a small village called Nauplion, and it's in the mainland of Greece, and it's a very tiny city with mountains in the background, and very beautiful and cozy. And the port is so small that the cruise ship couldn't go all the way in. So I was a little bit confused when I woke up this morning and looked out the window. Normally I can see that we're docked somewhere at a port, but I couldn't see anything. And then I went outside and looked at the other side, and there wasn't any land there either. But then I saw that they'd taken some of the lifeboats, and we were sailing into the shore. And right now I'm here walking around alone in this beautiful small village, sitting on a sidewalk cafe with a cup of coffee. And I'm not going to spend that long here in this town. I'm going back to the ship. We agreed that we should spend a lot of the last day back on the boat so we could catch up with the people that we haven't talked enough to and say our goodbyes. Because tomorrow morning we'll be in Athens, and we need to make sure that we're connected. I made so many new friends. It's like going to a summer camp and meeting new friends and getting very close to these friends from all over the world. And I'm absolutely sure that I'm going to see a lot of those guys again. I've really had a good time, and especially the connection of the people has been amazing for me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We invite all our guests to enjoy the live music on board. We are going to continue now with our trio flamenco in Pura Vida Lounge, deck number 7. Also enjoy Vinicius Rodriguez in our casino on the Cay. Tonight we invite you to enjoy our special show for the 80s.
So we're in the dining room right now, and I'm here with Cara Lou.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Don't cut this.
Oh, Cara Lou, you don't have any voice?
I don't have any voice at all.
You might remember Cara Lou from when we were in Chiang Mai, and she's here again and on the boat, and she does not want to speak because now she doesn't have any voice. So let me try to explain what's going on. That all the waiters, don't do that. All the waiters and the kitchen staff are doing catwalks in between the tables and getting their applause, and people are cheering and they're waving and giving high five to the people here. My guess is that, how many are there? Like almost 100 of the staff? And the crowd is going crazy.
Nuestro asistente de gerencia de restaurantes, Alex de Honduras. Y nuestro restaurant manager, Felipe de Portugal.
The staff are there. I hear that there are 600 people on staff here, and they're from all over the world, and Honduras, Portugal, and Peru, and of course a lot from Spain.
This is the Radio Vagabond, the ultimate destination for armchair travelers who are looking for inspiration to get out into the real world and let loose their wanderlust. Gotta keep moving.
All week we've had the discotheque here on the boat on the 8th floor as the place where we had all the talks and the workshops, and right now I'm back, and on the screen it says Nomad Cruise 6 goodbye, day 9 closing ceremony. So it's time to say goodbye.
Nomad Cruise 6! It's so good to see you. So good to see you. Can we open up the blinds so that we can actually see you? Okay, so the closing ceremony traditionally starts with a few of our talents. So I'm not going to be on stage for a long time. Please welcome on stage. Tobias, where are you? Woo!
As a part of the closing ceremony, they brought out some of the talented cruisers again. One of them is a world-class guitarist, and now a good friend of mine, Tobias Rauscher. I call myself a nomad, and a big challenge in this nomad lifestyle is that there's not really a space for deep connections. And I found that the Nomad Cruise provided that for me. Sometimes when I speak to my friends and family that doesn't travel, from time to time I get a sense that they don't really understand the lifestyle that I'm living. But this group of people, they just get it. And I get a sense of belonging. I feel welcome. I'm not the youngest in the group, and believe it or not, I'm not the oldest either. But that doesn't matter. I know it might sound cheesy, but I feel I found my tribe, my people, my extended family. So I knew for a fact that this wouldn't be my last Nomad Cruise. That's why I was on the edge of my seat for the next part, when Johannes revealed when and where the next one would be.
I just want to say that the next Nomad Cruise is going to be at the end of November, on the 19th. And we're going from Barcelona to Brazil. With a stop in Cape Verde, Alicante and Tenerife. Just to get an idea, is anyone interested to come to in November?
I was one of the people that raised my hand. I'll do my utmost to be on the next cruise from Barcelona in Spain to Recife in Brazil. Stay subscribed to the Radio Vagabond to hear if that happened. As I mentioned before, this was recorded before the pandemic. Right now, obviously, the Nomad Cruises are cancelled, like any other cruise. But when things get back to normal, I'm sure there's going to be more. So if you, by listening to this, are thinking of going, drop me a line. I have a way of getting you a discount. You can just fill out the form by going to theradiovagabond.com and click on Contact, or send an email on listener@theradiovagabond.com.
So we had the group photo taken, and this is it from the cruise ship Horizon in the Mediterranean. This has been the Radio Vagabond on the first Nomad Cruise. After a few days in Athens, my next stop will be Albania, and I'm so looking forward to that. My name is Palabo, and I gotta keep moving. See ya.
Produced by RadioGuru.co.uk.